Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello, and welcome to the recapping spring season. We have got Garthnix with us. Hello.
Hello.
I've just noticed the chat is not coming up in the middle.
Oh well, screw him.
Screw him.
Hey chat.
Hello. Oh, that's annoying. I don't know. First technical difficulty of the day. But anyway,
I'm sure I won't.
oh, there it is. There
Always-
it is. It's coming up.
These, hey, it's coming up now. Look, it's always this bloody Streamlabs business, isn't it? We need like a producer.
Yeah, exactly. We just need to sit back and relax and with the rest of the guys and just enjoy the show. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. And if you didn't catch some of the games or the majority of the games, do not fear because Garthnix is here and we will go through everything. What a weekend we've had, don't you think?
Oh my god, so many games. You know, you're just saying like if people didn't catch them, how could you catch them all? They were all on Sunday night practically.
Yeah,
like
that's bad.
It's been crazy. I spent all day like trying to do my work, watching games in the background. There's some mad games that happen as well. Oh my word.
100%. And I was trying to catch up on majority of the games, even at work, but with Hawkeye boss over my shoulders, it's so difficult. Normally I can get away with it. I can sneak away, be away for about 10-15 minutes, but too busy. But we've got some good clips later. We've got some good info. And what do you expect from a weekend that we've just had? Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, what a fantastic start to the main stage. Honestly, like I've been looking forward to the main stage, and awesome trailer there as well from Das Altberg again. I think blew me on the music. Like again, getting us hyped like he did originally with the first trailer, but barely needed to be honest, because I've been so looking forward to this stage of the tournament for so long, and the anticipation this week, like since our last show, talking about all these games, I've literally been just waiting for it.
Yeah, we had obviously we've never had a qualifier stage before. It's great, a little addition having those extra eight teams, I believe it was, and they were good. But from what we've seen this weekend, the level's gone from there in the qualifier stage, and now it's just a massive leap. And I think teams now are realising it's the main stage for a reason.
Oh yeah, I think some of these qualifying teams, you know, they've had let's not call it like an awakening exactly, but like they know that they've arrived. Let's say like we've had some pretty dominant performances here from the main stage. The teams that were waiting here patiently to pounce on some of these qualifiers, and it's been a rough weekend for some of them.
I think I agree with the awakening, because I think some people probably were up there and they had the momentum from qualifying and going into the main stage, so they thought that they were kind of doing really good. But those main stage teams that were just waiting, doing their pre-work, focused, getting their pre-games in as well, and they have just come in and just gone boom.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's kind of been a lot of chat like on the Discord, and I was watching I forget whose stream it was earlier, maybe I mean it might have been Inchon actually, who covered the Trigger game versus the Line, and you know, he was even saying that there's been a lot of kind of chat about, well, has the qualifying stage been an opportunity for these teams to kind of get some wind behind them, like in their sails or whatever, get some momentum, get some practice in, or has it been a bit of a grind for them and maybe they're slightly fatigued? I think maybe both for certain teams, maybe one more than the other, but at the same time, you know, you mentioned that these main stage teams, they've been practicing. Like if you're following the Helo or Hello system Discord, like you can see that there's been a lot of friendly games been happening with these kind of main stage teams. They're not just been sitting there, you know, twiddling their thumbs. They are practicing, and they're practicing against each other.
Yeah.
You know, there's been games between like some of these big teams and tough games between each other, like friendlies, in anticipation of this. So they haven't been hanging about, just, you know, like I say, you know, fingering their whatever and not doing anything. They've actually been really prepping for it, and that's good, because it shows that they're taking the qualifying team seriously as well. And some of those teams, you know, are thinking of like maybe Trirex, the Line, these kind of teams like SCDB. They've had like a kind of pretty smooth run, I guess, in the qualifiers, and it's important to take them seriously because they do have that momentum behind them. But yeah, they're up there with the big boys now, aren't they?
They definitely are, and you're totally right with the fact that they've been getting their games in, and I think not only have they been getting their teams that they've been playing friendlies with, and to be fair, I've seen a few friendlies that have been played pre the main stage, and the teams were strong. So you know that they've got that level, and they've had that level of experience, and the momentum. It's already high. So when they've come into that main stage, and you'll see from when we go on to the next page when we talk about the games and a little bit more in depth, you can see that they're already there. But it's obviously a great opportunity for those main stage teams to watch fully the games that have been played. Yeah, and they're probably looking at everything. There's probably one person keeping an eye out on if they see any the first beginning movements. Where are they moving to? What sort of defenses are they doing on the RT? Where do they feel like they're the best at? That everyone is not only just watching, they're analysing, and they've probably done that on every game, so they know where to go into these when they played the week games on the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just looking right now. My notes from the game that we covered yesterday between EG and What the Hell, and we're talking about them kind of playing friendlies and stuff. Like, What the Hell won a friendly on Utah Beach against 116, like a week ago.
Yep.
They lost against Blacklist like 2 weeks before that on Foy. They played against ESPT, OPBHP in a game that we streamed back at the beginning of the month or the end of February. Like, they're not hanging around. And like you say, they've had a chance now to like see these teams play, see them kind of in a competitive context, and maybe adapt any strats or whatever, and also probably thinking about like what maps as well. Again, talking about the game that we streamed yesterday, it was on Purple Heart Lane. That's a bit of an outsider map,
Yep.
and I think definitely chose it. I mean, we spoke to Heidi at the end of the game, and he kind of ended up admitting basically that they chose that map very much on purpose, because they'd kind of been practicing on it and trying to figure out ways to maybe take advantage of the fact that perhaps it's not one of the more practiced maps from the other teams, and it hasn't been something that's been played a lot in the qualifiers. So the qualifying teams haven't had a lot of practice. They've been busy playing those qualifying games. They haven't had time to practice on Purple Heart Lane. So it's perfect to bring them there and make it really uncomfortable for them. And EG found that out the hard way yesterday, unfortunately for them.
But it's also a risk when you're playing a map that's not played often even in public games, and also when you're training, like WTH, they do Sweaty Thursdays. I'm sure other communities do their inside training. I know Core do as well. But the fact that a map isn't played as much, Heidi might have actually taken a risk there and going for Purple Heart Lane as well, because EG might have secretly, that could have been their favourite map. Do you know what I mean? And they could have come out.
Absolutely.
It works in both ways, but it definitely worked out really good for them. But
that would have been funny. That would have been funny if they'd chosen their practice map, their like favourite practice map is the one. Oh yeah, we're going to dominate the one.
Yeah, I don't think we would have seen Heidi after the game.
No, probably not. It was good to see both the commanders actually on together. I thought it was going to be too many hard feelings there, to be fair, but they were both very good sports about it.
Excessive, no guests tonight. We got a lot of games to cover, so we're going to just kind of roll through all of the games. We don't want another long session. I know you probably guys are tired over that long weekend, but yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this last weekend.
We have got a guest already lined up for next weekend.
Yes, and I believe he's in the chat already. He might probably just pop up. We'll see.
I'm Spartacus. Everyone's going to be like, "Yeah, I'm on the show.
He is going to come. So the first game.
Go away, Chronic.
Yeah, go away, Chronic.
He's lying, chat.
The first game that was top of the list, it was WTH taking on EG. It was a 5-0 on Purple Heart Lane. WTH taking the Allies, EG taking the Axis. It was our game. How did you think that went in your perspective?
Well, I think probably it went roughly the way that What the Hell intended, but they maybe, I mean, Heidi said after the stream, like they weren't quite sure initially how they managed to take the first point, and I think there was a certain element of kind of RNG or luck a little bit. I mean, EG were really, really great getting their looks out straight away, getting shots on the transport trucks to kill some artillery off, but some infantry off, sorry, but then the artillery the other way kind of put paid to their advances onto the middle point, and actually it ended up getting taken straight away by What the Hell, and I think that was a big change in the map. Then the second point, I forget the name of it now. It's very difficult. It was a very difficult
Madeline Bridge,
point.
I believe it was.
Madeline Bridge, yeah. It's very difficult for What the Hell to attack because they have to like fully cross over the river. There's not a lot of kind of space for them to go. Lots of open spaces for them to get shot, but not a lot of open spaces for them to maybe get like good kind of line of sight with tanks and things on the EG tanks. But they played really well, and EG, like whilst they also played well, I think it was definitely a well-deserved win from What the Hell. Like it was kind of textbook. You know, it wasn't super easy. I thought, you know, initially maybe they were going to have some like amazing super secret strat that was going to just allow them to kind of like flank round and do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But in the end, they had to kind of grind it out a little bit, and they did it well, you know, and showed why they're one of the top teams in the tournament. So
Yeah, they definitely had to. I felt at times put an effort in. I don't feel like they were like worried on their defense. That I don't think EG, you know, after that beginning initial push from EG, I don't think they got anywhere close to capping or even recapping a point. But to be fair, and we said it yesterday, EG done a really, really good job on holding them back. And you said on Madeline Bridge, it was very difficult. I remember at one time they had a Tiger and a Panzer, not on the road, but just off the road, which had to make sure that other tanks had to push up to them.
yeah, right. I think they were like kind of to the left hand side. Like if you're looking towards the Allied end, you know, they're on the left hand side of the road, and then they also had a Tiger, I believe, that was literally sitting on the there's kind of like a little dugout trench area where the garrison was, and it was basically sat on top of the garrison. Like how do you run up and take a garrison where there's a Tiger on top of it? So
it was like, but I think I was watching at one point, and it fired, and I was very cautious of it hitting the two wooden boxes in front, and I saw, as soon as he fired, I saw someone die, and I weren't too sure if it was actually a friendly kill that the tank actually hit that wooden box. I'm not too sure, but he was so close to that garrison. But yeah, it was a great game. Really good clips, very good infantry from both teams. The arty was strong. I think EG done a great initial push onto the first point. They really pushed.
They were unlucky at the first point. Like I said, there's a bit of RNG, I think, with the artillery and stuff. But at the same time, then when it came to the second point, like it really, really came down to like an actual grind and like a war kind of thing. And they did lose out there. And a little bit the same with the final point at Cabbage Patch, although they do have kind of a disadvantage on that one. But still, it was well deserved by What the Hell. Just looking at the chat, Trocher says, wasn't Chronic the one getting timed out the last time? You said no comment. I think maybe should we let Chronic answer that one in the chat? You can just ask him.
He's probably hiding now. Don't want to pop up.
I timed him out already. He can't chat. I'm joking.
But yeah, fantastic game.
Too much Chronic hate. We love you, Chronic, really. He's literally like my only Prime sub, so I love you, Chronic. Even though he used it to get out of being timed out, I don't care.
You felt bad. So yeah, with that win, obviously WTH go into the 1-0 category. EG falls down into the -1. But then we had, on the votes, I know some people like hearing about the votes on who voted for what. Yeah. WTH had 123 votes to EG's 39. So, big favourites for WTH.
Yeah, big disparity there. And I think, you know, everybody knows like What the Hell were very, very powerful last time out kind of thing. And they've sort of maintained a powerful status within the comp scene. And, you know, that's probably reflected there. Plus the fact that like in previous public votes to do with EG, a lot of What the Hell players have voted for EG. But they can't exactly vote against themselves this time. So maybe that's also swayed the stats somewhat.
And then we pushed on to Core versus Phoenix.
Yep. So public vote on that one was 147 to Core, Phoenix 25 votes. So a Core a firm favourite in that one, despite Phoenix playing very, very well and being quite dominant throughout
Yeah.
the qualifiers.
They I think they yeah. I don't I want to say this in the nicest way. Phoenix gave it their best shot, but with Core's experience and quick cap, I think it was what 30 minutes just under
Yeah,
in
it
and
was
around.
like I didn't manage to see like the whole game, like every single minute of it, but like Core basically played a textbook game pretty much. Like it was on
Yeah.
Samurai Glaze, which is like an absolute classic competitive map, like very, very well practiced map. And they just pushed through it. Samurai Glaze Church was the center point. They used their map control. You know, they took control of the key buildings around the church. They used a tank on the road to kind of help them push up slowly into the church, take that center point, keep the allies, basically Phoenix, at bay. Then it was Ruda harass, the next point, and onto flak position. Like we all know that push from Ruda harass onto flak position. And again, you know, they used area control. They used very good tank play. They used kind of slow and steady infantry control to take Ruda harass, and then, you know, despite a valiant effort with the bombing run towards the end, Phoenix weren't able to kind of stop again that slow tide that we always see from Core. You know, that kind of just insidious, like it's like the creeping doom of Core, basically.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
they just kind of slowly, inch by inch, claw away at the opposition and just kind of take those areas. And you know, great bombing run at the end. By Soul Raver, but it just it doesn't take out the OPs. And when they've got that thing where they're like clawing forward and they place their OPs so close, there's hardly anything you can do at that point, you know. And with great tank support as they always have, like they ground it out. And Phoenix felt the you know, in the Battle of the Birds there. I think the Phoenix felt the kind of the wrath of that weird. Is it a bird or is it some kind of dinosaur that they've
Raven.
got?
Raven.
The Raven. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty tough going for Phoenix out there.
I think the thing with Core is when they want to win, they they win, and I mean like they just go for it. They have you know fantastic strats. They know exactly what they're doing. So if one team is the flanking, they make sure that they got a really good angle on that flank, and they're just able to move around the map very
True.
easily. From what I've seen from Core
Absolutely,
over
yeah, great shooters as well, and great tanks, and just, you know, they're there like Odol Bird Raven. Maybe the logo of Phoenix is Phoenix. Yeah, we got that one.
there was on the mad one tonight. But yeah, Schmidt Kaz. I think I'm saying that right. Schmidt Kaz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid my German is terrible, but yeah,
Yeah, English people cannot
Schmitzkatze.
pronounce Schmidt
I don't know.
Katze. Yeah. Watch someone's going to type his name and go, it's pronounced that. It's
Yes,
like, come on.
every time, every time. But
And C Raptor 00. If you want to go watch their game, their VODs are still up on Twitch. They might have had to moved it onto the YouTube if they're on. But go watch that game if you've already missed it. And there it is, Hellraver. Here we go.
shut up. You're a cool fanboys. We're just describing what happened, unfortunately, Fat Mob.
Then we've got
Clearly no connection with the what the hell in his name. It's probably not going to be a cool fanboy.
yeah, WTH for life. I might get it tattooed on me. Who
I'm
knows?
Trigger all the way, bro.
Who? Trigger. I think we should get tattoos.
Mate, if Trigger win, I might.
I've just had I've had the
Then they'll
epiphany.
change their name again and nobody will understand what it means.
Well, they changed their logo. You get a picture of their logo and then they change it next day.
I do like that logo, to be fair. And dragon tattoos are popular.
Yeah. Then we've also got 82 AD taking on How Let Loose Poland CC, which was the third game down.
Mm.
Uh,
Now,
gone.
yeah, go on.
Obviously, Quarantine, 82 AD taking allies, Axes, How Let Loose Poland and CC taking on allies, MC Pimmel and Tesseract Gaming
Yeah, Tesseract.
were the ones that were streaming that game. So if you want to watch another game, go for it on their Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah, public vote on that one. So 82 AD with 150 votes. How Let Loose Poland with just 23. So I'm guessing some of the How Let Loose Poland guys voted for 82 AD on that one. I think this was kind of so. There's two things to say about this, really. First is that 82 AD in the last seasonal were paired up with DC. DC, have some really, really fantastic shooters. They're known for their combat abilities in infantry. Excuse me. And I think everybody wants to see how 82 AD is going to perform in the seasonal without them. But the other thing to say is that How Let Loose Poland had a little bit of a charmed existence in the qualifiers because their opponents actually dropped out. And that kind of meant that they didn't play as many games maybe as some of the other teams, and so uh, they're I don't want to say they're like not deserving to be here at all, but it's kind of
No.
more of a case of like they're going to be like one of the teams that maybe hasn't had as much practice up to this point, but not a bad team, and definitely have a place in the seasonal 100%. And if you remember right back at the start on our first show, they were Jane's kind of secret hot pick
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
team to watch out for. But 82 AD came through with the 5-0 on Carentan yesterday, and as the Axis.
But
And
like you said,
I'm not surprised really.
so you said about that they are still deserving and still got a place in seasonal. They've only just lost one game. I think you can go 3 games more until you lose or you're out. You have to win the next one, and then you have the chance to win or lose. But so they've still got plenty of time to redeem themselves. And all of these, e.g., Phoenix and the rest. But it was a tight game from How Let Loose, trying to struggle to get them like in a formation that they're ready to move on to the next point, to even and even in on their defensive. 82 AD just showed their experience, really, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean they've been around a very long time, but for Hell Let Loose Poland, this is I don't know if it's their first season, but they didn't play last time, and or if they did, they didn't get very far, and it's all good experience. Like we've seen from some of the other teams throughout the tournament. In the qualifier stages, we saw Finns Let Loose doing really well, and we spoke to Deep Hooker about that, their commander, and he was talking about how they've really, that's all learning opportunities for them. So sometimes even for these teams who are kind of either a bit newer or like less highly rated, some of these big games where they do get kind of 5-0 or whatever are such big like learning opportunities for them that sometimes it's just not even a bad thing, really. So
Yeah.
and of course, like we're going to see in a minute when we look at the standings, by no means is this the end of the road for these teams getting beaten today because or yesterday, because they're not going out. They're just going on to play other teams who have gone 0-1. So
Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
Absolutely not. And I literally just had something in my head. The fact that when you just said that, and as soon as I move on, sorry, I'm trying to put down the mic before I cough quickly, so that's why I just suddenly cut out. But I know that there was something I was going to say, and as soon as I move on, it's gonna
it will come back to you.
Yeah,
we've got a lot of these to go through, so if it comes back to you, just come back
definitely.
to it.
So the next one was I can't. Again, sorry.
Whereas
501 and Bastardo boys taking on BSTB, OP and 91, I believe it was. Sorry, I keep
so
forgetting.
yeah, ESPT BHB OP,
That's
which
the one. My bad.
is such a long name. Thanks, guys. Versus 501 Espanol and BST2. So that one was on Samurai Glees again, like an absolute classic competitive match there. And ESPT coming through with the 5-0 win on the map. The public vote was a little bit closer on this one, although ESPT still were the clear favourites with 92 votes to 57. ESPT played Axis and
Oh,
501st played Allies.
I think I got something wrong. My bad.
What
Was it
what we got wrong?
the results? Ah, my bad. Give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah. It's a travesty. ESPT quitting the chat now.
All good.
Hey guys, listen. What Known Connection has been he's come home from work. He has to like put all of this stuff in. And,
Yeah.
like, oh god! Until you do this prep for this show, and especially with the stats page that we'll get onto in a minute, you don't realize like if you ever use like OBS Studio, when you open up your OBS, you can see all of the like different scenes and the different slides that you have open. When it comes to the stats thing, there's like 50 slides. It's ridiculous. So there will inevitably be a couple numbers wrong. I think last time out, I like completely got somebody's name wrong, or like did the it was the number of kills in the stats thing that I got wrong for somebody, wasn't it? So do point it out, but you got to bear with us. Foontan says no, ESPT definitely us. So
well, I won't tell you that they gave me £100 just to put 5-0
there. yeah, keep that one quiet. Can I have 25?
I'll give you 30.
It's right at the end of the month. I'm fucking skinned. But yeah, another good game, that one. So go check out Das Altberg and Mr. Nitro for the cast of that one. ESPT going through into the 1-0 and 501st. No strangers to the kind of the grind, the struggle, because they had a little bit of an up and down journey through the qualifiers. So they should be pretty used to this at this point, and we'll see in a minute that a lot of these teams are going to go from playing these games, the ones that have gone like 0-1, because a lot of the qualifying teams did lose. They'll be playing against each other, and they've had a lot of experience of playing against these teams by now, and done quite well. So I don't think they're probably sweating too hard, but it's definitely kind of a time that ESPT is showing their class and showing, again, like some of these others, why they're in the main stage. So
yeah, and looking back at the results that we've had, I believe WTH Core and 828, they were top favourites, I think, when we did the this main stage votes on who will get like 2-0, 1-0, blah blah blah. They obviously were favourites, and now we're going into that start where teams are starting to be around the 4th to the 8th or on the listing of getting pushed through into the playoffs. But like you said before, regardless of if you've just lost out of 5-0, you've still got plenty of time, and I think the 501 and Bastardo boys, they will come back. I think they will, whoever they've got next, they will win, because they're a very good team, and they will come back. And we've seen their gameplay, and I think they played on quarantine last game. They showed some great attacking there, and they've got the capability to come back from that 5-0 defeat 100%.
Yeah, for sure. So they beat EG in the first round qualifier on Stalingrad. Then in the next round, they lost to the Line, but then came through with a win against ERF, was it? Yeah, ERF, like you say, on quarantine, and they 5-0'd them. So not to be taken lightly at all, like you say, and they will be playing against probably another team from the qualifiers. So they've had a bit of practice at this point, and they should be able to stay in it, I should think.
Definitely. What was the
House
votes?
Gangster says they play Trirex next game, so
I
that'll be a
think
real good one to watch,
yes,
guys.
I agree. That is going to be a good one. It will probably be full game. I think. I don't know what the score will be, but full game. That's my prediction. Do you know the vote system on that game?
Oh, who got the
The
public vote? You mean
yeah.
on which? Sorry.
The ESPT one versus 501.
Oh yeah, so ESPT with 92 votes and 501st, and BST2 with 57.
Nice. So they got it correct there. They're definitely getting these ones correct, but then I think it's gonna get closer with the votes as we get onto the next four teams. Which game 5 was the 116 Greyhounds taking on Trirex. That was on Semery de Mont.
Yep.
At Greyhounds taking on the Axis, of course. Trirex taking on the Allies. HLL Scuderian was streaming it, and then Raziel was streaming on YouTube. So take a look at his. Again, have I done it again? I think it's because I'd group them.
Oh yeah,
Give me,
maybe.
just give me one sec.
Mind of Casper, we won. Yes. So I like this. We're becoming like the official source of rigged gaming. All of these, giving some false hope to some of these sad gamers out there. Um,
Mate,
somebody maybe in chat can explain to me who MemeStar is from the Trirex fans in the chat.
wait, are they fucking with me? Uh,
Yeah,
no,
1161. Oh, 615
I'm pretty. Yeah, I thought I put that. Oh, these guys,
100%.
April Fools, chronic. I'll do one. Absolutely do one.
Alright, timed out. Get him
Yeah.
out of it. No, I'm not going to do it
Um,
again.
but did you see that? Guderian had a great stream on that one. The
As
YouTube.
always, to be fair,
Yeah.
his standards really really high. So I
Yeah.
did manage to catch Rakizio, but do go check him out on YouTube as well.
Yeah. I think he's new. I think this might have been his first stream.
Oh, nice.
I think he's just joined the seasonal. I might be wrong. I hope I'm not. But yeah, go check him out. And Guderian doing some great work over on his stream. So
Lester,
fantastic.
did you say Rakizio is from Gary's OnlyFans or MemeStar? um, but yeah, I mean, so 116 capped the point earlier, dug out, and it kind of just went from there, really. Meme is from Gary's OnlyFans. Yeah, do you reckon?
Nice.
God, the the chat on poor old Gadarian's stream, it's just literally people just spamming MemeStar. Ridiculous. But it's they're having fun, so whatever. Yeah, 116 again, just ground it out. And Trirex done so well in the qualifiers, like everybody's expecting them to do really, really well. But 116, they're a great team.
Yeah.
They're
They've got
great. They're
really
one of the
good
top teams.
combined effort over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what did they cut? Was it sixth last time, I'm gonna have to look it up, aren't I? In the previous seasonal, they're a great team and they've been around a while and they practice hard, and like put in the time with the friendlies, and they came seventh in the last seasonal. My mistake, but like they're you know that's why they're in the main stage, and this is what we're seeing. We mentioned at the start that it's kind of a bit of an awakening for some of these teams coming from the qualifiers, and I guess Trirex felt like, and for good reason, like they felt like they had a lot of wind in their sails. They felt like their coordination was going really well. They felt like they were quite dominant in the qualifiers, but yeah,
Uh,
it's
yeah.
it's tough coming into this main stage,
It
and that's been clear from yesterday's and the day before games. So
everything
this
is
looks
rigged
pretty
apparently.
serious. Everything is rigged.
Yeah.
I
Um,
feel like somebody's always saying that. Is that Heidi?
I think that's definitely. I think they're meaning the band face. Everyone's saying
Right,
that. Um, I I was expecting 116 Greyhound to win that game. Trirex is doing great work over there on their community, but just watching the way 116 was playing against WTH on their friendly competitive game last week, it was tough and it was brutal, and I think WTH needed to kind of dig in and find a spark somewhere because 116 held them back, and it was a really strong performance from the Greyhounds. So
They played Utah, right?
uh, yes, Utah Beach.
Yeah, so maybe that's a map that we'll see them trying to pick in the ban phase in their next game.
Their defense was brutal. So to have them taking on and holding back WTH and then going into their first game against Trirex, dominated Blayfield and well deserved win. I'm sorry, Trirex, but Greyhound, fantastic work over there.
Quick Nick saying Riccisio's from BIO, he thinks, who aren't playing in this seasonal. And also saying that what the hell is overrated. So, do you want me to ban him?
Nice. I love that. Love it. But there was one game that finished ridiculously quick, and I think it was under half an hour. Could you remember which one it was? Was it this one?
Say again, sorry.
There was
one. The Trirex 116 game.
Yeah, I think it might have been this one, or I might be.
I'm honestly not sure.
No, hello, Luce. It was the game that finished within under half an hour.
I know
that one.
I know one of them was
one,
very close to half an hour. STDB versus UFR was basically on.
It was the black one. The blacklist.
Oh, blacklist.
Yeah, I remember that one. We'll get to that one in a bit.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, what was the votes on the 116 and Trirex?
That was. Let me get back to it. It's 116 versus Trirex. So public vote was 100 votes to 116 and 52 to Trirex. So I guess the public saw this one coming as well.
Yeah.
Despite Trirex's dominant performance in the qualifiers, people know that 116 are a great team, and that showed in the voting, obviously.
Yeah, and we said this before. Great games we've seen in qualifier stage, but that main stage has just skyrocketed in terms of the performance level that's needed throughout these games. But yeah, next we've got UFR taking on STDB. That was St. Marie de Mont. Allies were the UFR and Axis were STDB. Lapenu, sorry, that was one of the streamers. Skirbe was also the other streamer, and they really had a great stream. That was a very funny stream from Lapino as well. Skirbe got some really good
always
points as well. Yeah,
Skirbe, very nice professional stream from him as well. So do go check those guys out.
But that was
you've got the numbers right this time.
Yes.
STDB with the 5-0 over UFR, and everybody's saying STDB so good in the qualifiers, and we saw them, as I mentioned before, they played what the hell back in February in a friendly game and stuff. They've been playing like top teams. They've got some top team kind of experience under their belt, and boy, did it show against UFR. Although UFR got a little bit unlucky right at the start with their deployment. There's a great clip if you go and check on the seasonal Discord. I mean, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but I clipped it of them getting their transport truck. Literally, like every single person in the transport truck got killed, like right at the start by a fantastic artillery shell in the middle of an open field. And I feel like from that moment on, it was kind of like a bit downhill for UFR, and they were on the back foot a lot. STDB just, again, playing a bit similar to Core in a way, in that way of like that area control, that kind of like creeping OPs, like pushing up, great shooters, like nice tank plays. They got their, it was Rudy Lagar in the center, and they got great Garys up to the north and northwest. Oh, sorry, not in the center. It was AA Network in the center and Rudy Lagar after that, and they got their Garys up quickly. They flanked around the back. They actually captured the area, and this is something. So like in the What the Hell EG game, you mentioned that like What the Hell weren't particularly worried on defense. There was a moment where EG dropped an airhead into some smokes. They followed it up with artillery. Anybody who watched the show last week will have seen the clip of that not working out for them last time. But they did this kind of classic play where they were trying to like cover the airhead with the artillery, and it was like it didn't quite work out, and somebody managed to get to the airhead and managed to destroy it. But what STDB did was like almost like the opposite play. They did which in my opinion is like the superior play. They got into the hard point. They secured the area as the airhead was falling, and they had the area secured on the airhead, and they spawned in their whole wave or two waves inside the hard point.
That's
Rue de la Gare. And it's just that thing of like having the good shooters, having that area control. It means that you can use those abilities instead of having that like speculative thing. We saw it in the qualifiers with ERF a couple of times. They did the thing again where they put down smokes, they put an airhead, they maybe put a bombing run over the top to try and clear people off it before people can spawn in. But at the end of the day, there's like nothing beats having your guys covering your airdrops, whether it's supplies falling down to build a garrison, whether it's the airhead. If you've got guys there on the ground, good shooters, and they're covering it and they're holding that position, what are they going to do against you? All right, they can drop artillery on your head, but especially on some of these areas where there's a little bit of cover to run into after you spawn, so powerful. And that just helped them to keep that momentum going at Rue de la Gare, capped it. UFR did a good job of getting back to the barn, and they kind of stopped the steamroll from happening straight off. I mentioned before it was only 30 minutes the game, but it could have been a lot quicker than that if they hadn't managed to get back so well. But they were on the back foot like the whole game, and at the barn they were still on the back foot, and that creeping play of getting those OPs pushed up, clearing out the areas, keeping spaced out so that you've actually got like gaps in between your players, so they're not just all going to get collateral by like the same grenade or whatever. Like all of those kind of like real, almost like basics, like they just nailed, and it's that. And once you get that kind of level of like consistent play, and you can rely on your players to I mean, if anybody in the chat's like had any military training, you get taught to like not stand near people. You stand far enough away to be able to see them, but far enough or close enough to be able to see them, but far enough away so you're not going to get collateral by the same shell or whatever kind of thing. So or like if somebody opens fire on you and it's like a single shooter, there's like two angles that they know how to defend from, sort of thing. So it's those basic things, that sort of basic training element of it that really allowed them to just grind it out basically and win in that 30 minutes with the 5-0 and be the only team from the qualifiers to come through and win against one of the main stage guys.
But Berger made a really good point. All of the qualifiers lost besides STDB, and obviously UFR were the only main stage team that lost this weekend. And Streets for me sums it up as well. STDB will not be in qualifier stage next season, for sure. And I think now that some of these more qualifying teams are finding their feet here, all right, they might have lost, but they're certainly going to be going all out on the next one. I think it might make a little bit of an upset on maybe these main stage teams. I'm looking forward to the rest of the
I'm very much looking forward to it.
The votes on that one was just a sadly 35 to UFR and a whopping 133 for STDB. So
well, everybody saw it coming, I guess. Sorry, UFR, but maybe they will be in the qualifier stage next time.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? We
will see. Then we've got the quickest game of the last weekend, which was Blacklist taking on FFL. Finland Loose, sorry. Blacklist taking on Allies. Finland Loose taking on Allies. The Blue Meanie 101 and Napamis were the streamers for that one.
I'm not sure if Napami's stream actually worked. I tried to watch it, but I'm not sure whether he actually streamed it or perhaps the VOD's not recorded, but it might come up on YouTube at some point. So do keep an eye out on the Discord for that.
yeah.
Only Two Main says only Blue Meanie, sadly.
Did he stream at all, or he just it failed?
Can totally relate to technical difficulties. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my god, it's like the bane of the caster.
What was the time on this one?
It literally makes you feel so bad when you mess it up.
Blue Meanie's VOD.
Yeah, I've watched Blue Meanie's VOD. So
there he is. Blue Meanie, how was that game for you?
Quick.
Yeah. What was the time on that one, Blue Meanie? But Semericles, great point. Blacklist, 29 minutes. Yes.
Yeah, so pretty close to the other one there, the SCDB UFR game, just a little bit shorter. But yeah, the Finns took the central point at the church, Samaraglis Church first, but Blacklist doing a good job of coming back and actually taking it. They did a nice little flank around the back to the northwest. They kind of smoked it out, like pushed through. Did a good job of taking back the point. And then I think Finns, I don't want to say that they kind of misplayed it exactly, but I think that they really were confident on their counter attack, and it stopped them from maybe putting enough people back in defense and taking the time to really consolidate their defense. And Blacklist just capitalized on it massively. They already had guys in Maison de Creek, like as soon as the church was captured at Samaraglis, and
so they just kind of carried on from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then right at the end, they had Rousseau de Ferme as the final point, and the Finns, I guess they were still going for that counter attack over at Maison de Creek, and they just, I don't know, that it kind of allowed too many Blacklist players to get like too close, if you know what I mean. Like if you're familiar with the point of Rousseau de Ferme, there's kind of like a trench that runs up to it, and then there's kind of like some hedges in front, and the Blacklist guys were literally by the hedge before the Finn let loose guys were starting to think, oh dear, we need to get back. And yeah, team leader 94 says Blacklist is super offensive, not getting a solid defense up and slowing their play down. It's the doom of many teams, and well, that's what happened here. But interesting that the Finns, I think they've played really, really well so far in the tournament, and I kind of think that, again, we've said about them being a good learning team. They will learn from that one, and I think I almost got the impression of a little bit of kind of frustration maybe from them, in the sense of like it was a bit emotional, kind of. They were trying to constantly get that kind of. I think maybe because they took the middle point first. Do you know what I mean? So it's Tumanis says our team had a hangover. But they had that great start, and then that's like frustrating when you kind of lose that, and so you're just like, oh well, we can do it. Like we have confidence that we can take the point, so let's like keep pushing them and trying to take it back. And I guess it didn't work out in the end. But Finns let loose. Obviously, still a good team, but Blacklist. Watch out for Blacklist.
That's the thing when there's big games. It's like I obviously don't play competitive games, but when I actually have a chance and I'm playing in a WTH Sweaty Thursday, I get really excited for those. So it's pumping me up for the week without even getting anything going. So when I get there and I'm in the game and I've got my orders and from my squad leader, and the game just goes like half an hour, I'm absolutely gutted because I wanted a long one. And when you've got games and you've got, especially a competitive game, the feeling of losing so quickly, it's gonna have a knock-on effect for sure. It has to, but it's how is their mentality for these quick ones, or even these losses from these teams. How are they going to be able to turn their feelings or their mentality around to make sure that they come back next week and win that
Yeah,
game.
for sure. I mean, the thing about the Finns is that they have, and this is no like discredit to them, but like they've been in this kind of situation before. Like what you're saying is absolutely true, but I feel like if there's any team that can turn it around and can take one of these on the chin, it'll probably be Finns because their story, as it were, kind of so far has had they've had some knocks over the time, but they've always bounced back and they've always bounced back better. So
Well, Clement is saying their arty is hell on earth. So whoever's got Blacklist next to her, put a shield on your head because it's coming for you.
yeah, maybe you can try one of the tactics that we'll see in a clip at the end.
Yes. And this was the second closest voted game for last weekend. Blacklist with 103 and FFL, Finland lose, sorry, with 100. So just 3 votes between them, but
Wow.
a big difference on the scoreboard.
In the end, but again, I feel like that's the thing. Like, it wasn't that Finns Let Loose like aren't good; it's that they just misplayed it a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of paid the price. And it's interesting if we see. It'll be interesting to see them kind of bounce back and play again against one of those like qualifying teams. Probably, I forget who they're playing now. Let me double check.
82 AD versus Blacklist.
Yeah, but Finns Let Loose are playing Hell Let Loose Poland. So, I mean, I'm pretty confident that the Finns are going to probably win that one.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure they might have even played before, maybe. But it's that thing of, it's an interesting one for Blacklist because they're coming in really strong. Everybody kind of expects them to be a bit of a dark horse, but, do really well. Finns Let Loose, people also expect to do pretty well and want to see them stay in the tournament. I think they will stay in the tournament, but it's whether or not they can bounce back. They've got a good game for bouncing back as their next one, maybe like a bit of a confidence builder if they can kind of, really put the screws on the Polish team.
Yeah.
But it will be interesting to see like where they go from here.
100%. And the guys in the chat, Clement again, one to watch will be the 82 ADA Blacklist. I think that will be one of the top, maybe 4 games to watch. I think some are clear victories, some are going to be tight, and I think this one is going to be not so much tight or quick. It's going to be interesting to see how both teams are going to come out on this one.
I just see Quicknicks in the chat there clarifying that Blacklist used to be Hive and then were Five, and as just to give the chat like the backstory kind of thing of this team. Five, of course, coming what was it, 9th, I think, in the last season or so. They've got a history. We've seen lots of their players. Good players and a good team and stuff. But in this latest format or form as Blacklist, I think maybe people are expecting them to do pretty well. So
yeah. And now going on to the last one, it is Trigger taken on TL, and I believe this was the only Saturday game. I believe this was the first one of the weekend.
Yes, although it was like
very early
our time. It was like
4
4 a.m. Sunday, so
it's basically a Sunday game.
For the guys who played, I believe it's kind of, we can call it a Saturday game.
Yeah. Trigger won 4-1 against TL, so this is actually the only game that went the whole game, with the only non 5-0 one. Trigger win 5-0 against TL. Ichon was streaming that one on his own.
With Shaka Zulu as a guest, so you can see both the maps on the same stream, which is really cool. And like Inchon, like very, very experienced caster as well, and like really great cast. Does like awesome kind of stuff like before the game, kind of talking about all the strats and stuff. So do go check that one out as well.
Jim Marino watching a game at 5 a.m. drunk off my nuts. Love it.
Yeah, I don't think you were the only person partaking in adult beverages at that time, Jimbo.
I mean, if people can watch boxing and stay up for watching boxing and stuff like that, they can definitely watch a little bit Hell Let Loose at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, Teal, unfortunate for that one, but Trigger, very experienced with multiple clans in their communities. Sorry, it was the ex CNUT, I believe,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
But on Utah Beach,
Yeah, I mean, so the line, like they're kind of very good tankers and stuff like this, but like they just they weren't able to like bring the armor to bear really, and we've got a clip later on of showing maybe why that is, but or part of the reason. But Trigger, they obviously like Chinese team, they had the server advantage as it were, so like slight advantage with the ping perhaps, but their shooting was on point. Their infantry
yeah,
play was absolutely great, and they really I don't know, made it hard for the line, really hard. uh it was not a fun game to be a TL player, and I don't think um there were a couple of times when it looked like, I don't know, their momentum was slowing down, and obviously, yeah, like you say, it's the only one that went the full length with the 4-1 kind of thing. But um, Trigger, I feel like they had good momentum the whole time. Um, the public predictions, like we've talked about that a little bit before, were pretty close with Trigger with 61 votes and the line with 59. So that's
yeah,
like very close in the public vote. With only a couple in it there. But I think Trigger, I don't know if they like surprised people or what, but like they brought it. They just had such good infantry pressure, and when they got back, they forced the line back to Drown Fields, and they just ground it out. That they Trigger did take Drown Fields, the line then took it right back, but Trigger they just ground and ground and ground down the opposition down at Drown Fields for that 4-1, and won it kind of or won that point like kind of near the end. But yeah, it it it's it was a tough game, and I think we'll talk about it in a minute who they're going to go on and play, but
yeah.
I think whoever is playing a Trigger is, I don't know, maybe going to suffer a little bit. But equally, the line, like a really great team coming through the qualifiers really strongly, and whoever they play next, better watch out too, because of course, like we know that they're good. Yes, thanks, House. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. So
Saying it like we don't know. Like.
yeah, we just don't want to give too much information away too shortly. So they are all the games. They are all the results. They are the maps. They are the who's playing what side. They are the streamers for those games. So if you've again missed any of it, do go over to those guys and girls or whoever streams and go watch them again. And also go and give them a follow. Put your notifications on, because then you can see when or what game they've got coming up on the next time that they are live, and go show them some love and support. But thank you very much for all the streamers for doing all that streaming.
Yeah, for sure.
Now for my favourite part, stats. I think this is a great view. The fact that we can have great stats provided by Beautify with all the logs that the communities send after the game. And I get them, or Garthnix and we get them from a Beautify, and then we're going to put them all in here, and we're just going to show the top killer per game, and then we're going to talk about top kill streaks, top victims, and that's all of the weekly stats combined. But this is the most exciting part for me. So for game 1, WTH against EG. Now this is only infantry for you guys. WTH reformed gamer with 64 kills against EG Mortimillan with 43. I believe Mortimillan got top killer in his EG game 2 weeks ago, I believe. He got top killer as well. So he's definitely the one to be watching out for.
Slayer.
Oh,
I'm just saying
I
he's
thought
a
I said
Slayer.
his name wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a weird way to spell Slayer. To
Yeah.
be fair, right? You would have easily made that mistake. Jimbo says, Aburu, yeah, massive thanks again to Abusify for doing all the stats, by the way.
Yeah, big appreciation, and thank you very much for joining us last week as well. So the next game was Core taking on Phoenix. Core Xim with 48 kills, and Phoenix Kaiser with 31.
Him, I don't know how you say it.
Jim?
I always struggle with him's name on Squad Line Battle, but he always slaps. Sim. Thanks, Quick Nix. Always there with a quick correction, isn't he?
Yes, and House Gangster's correct. Kaiser again was on the top killer. I'm just reading team leader. You should have had this. For this one, it's just infantry, but we have tanks and RT and all of that stuff when we finished the each stage. So we had Beautify last week with the qualifier stage. We're going to have him at the end when we have the main stage finish, and he goes into full depth in terms of every stat that you can probably think of, and he's got it. So do stay tuned for that one as well.
Yeah, for sure. And also, you know, not to plug my own stream here, but the video of that that stream with the View Supply before, where we did the qualifiers, is over on my channel, so you can go and watch the pod still.
Then we have 82AD taking on Hell at Loose Poland and CC. 82AD main Wagon, with 38, and the Poland Matt
Mannering. That's how you say it, Mannering.
Oh,
like Captain
God.
Mannering.
Oh yeah. Sorry. And then Matt with 17 kills. You're speaking about tankers. We literally had tank top killers, top tankers, but it's very, very difficult to put 3 names into this particular small area.
For sure. Plus, people like move around quite a bit, so
exactly
that can be tricky too.
And it's very, very difficult for us to find. We will only see the top person, so which will be the gunner. We won't necessarily see the spotter nor the driver, because they.
But if anybody wants to, you know, sign up as a researcher, you know, a producer, come in, help us do all the stats and everything, like put your CVs in chat. We'll definitely want to talk to you. Like if you think that you can come and help us to do this in the like 12 hours or whatever that we have to do it, then please let us know.
Then we have game 4. We have ESPT Takahara 49 kills, and Belafonte 42. Really good, close one on there.
That's close,
yeah. Greyhound 116 and Greyhound Trirex. I didn't manage to get the. We haven't got their logs back in time, so there's no result for those two, unfortunately. So they won't be in the top kill streak nor the top victim. So if they had a bad victim, they're good for this weekend because they will skip it.
They skipped it. Nice. That's the strat.
We have UFR taking on SDDB. SDDB, the old hammer.
Everybody's saying I have the stats. Well, get them to us in time next time, whoever's responsible for it, or get them to Abusify in time, and then we can feature them on the show.
If you want to, Gecko, just write.
It looks like Team Leader's actually volunteering here, I think, to be in charge of all the stats. He seems to be pretty confident that he can do it very well. So
okay.
I look forward to seeing that CV in chat, Team Leader. Oh no. Well, maybe pipe down then. Yeah.
Send the who got the top kill for 116 and the top killer for Trirex with their numbers, and I'll put it in now. And then you can clearly see it. And then Fataglis with 30 kills for UFR, which is really, really nice. Obviously, it wasn't. It was a quick one, that one, wasn't it? Just over 30 minutes. So you not expecting much kills from those guys. Obviously, these aren't including artillery strikes because you'll only get RT kills.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen any like similar to last week where there's like 90 plus on some teams.
Then we've got Blacklist taking on Finlet Loose. Ark Matti got 36 and Acuseta, Acuseta, sorry,
I'll leave you with that
20,
one.
yeah, 24 kills with that one. Obviously, that was the super quick game, just under in and around 29 minutes. And then you've got Trigger versus TL, which is Streets for TL with a whopping 129,
There it
and
is.
Trigger Hyperon with 109. And I did double check these. These are actually infantry kills. It was a tough, long
Mate,
game.
I don't know about Streets. I didn't see him too much, but Hyperion was literally smashing all game. Like, all game. So for Streets to get another 20 kills on top of that, he must have been absolutely slaying out. But you can see what I was saying in the rundown about what a grind it was. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I
The
literally had to
ground
double check
feels
that.
disgusting.
That is absolutely brilliant. I see my stats are wrong. Oh, he's talking to Manda Casper. Are they
Don't
are
worry
they
about them.
correct?
Let's have the predictions in chat. Which games are we going to see the top kill streaks? Like you got it, you must know already.
And before we do that, and while you send those stats for 116 to Trirex, I need to take a quick toilet break. I am close.
He's close. Turtling. All right, has he gone? No connection. All right, it's not there, guys. Now's the time to hit those prime subs. Let's get him some follows. Let's get him some subs whilst he's in the toilet. Yeah. Also, go support the other casters. Like we've had, obviously, 8 games, 16 teams over the weekend just now, and they've all been casted. And it takes a lot of commitment from obviously from the people playing the games, obviously from the teams themselves, but also from the casters to provide those. So make sure you go follow them. Make sure you drop your prime subs, drop your subs. Give bits if you've got bits in the system. If they're what do you call it, affiliates or whatever, and you can give them bits. Lots of people have like little tip things or whatever. I'm sure people have their stream goals that they're looking to. Yes, Jimbo, legend. You know, show that support and that love to them because they're doing it for free. So is he back?
Sorry,
He's
guys.
back.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. What? So is that the correct stats for that one? Toilet reveal. Yes. Sorry, guys. I if I held it any closer, I would have had a little Britain style. You know, if you're English, you would exactly know what I'm on about. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll add that now.
One finger typing going on here, guys.
And we're good. Yeah.
Thank you, Lester.
No worries. Now we are all set. Now we've got that. Thank you very much, guys, for
Recorded
getting
for
that
all
over.
of history. Gecko and Dirty Dan.
Now, I think we're ready. Are we ready for the top kill streaks?
Yep.
Right. Now this is fun. So in third place for top kill streak, infantry only, goes to Finnet Loose
Really?
with 19 kills. Acuseta, Third place,
Nice.
19 kill streak. Very, very good work on that one.
Of his 24 total kills, guy's living a charmed life. Just slaying everybody that he walks into. Mowing.
It was like the guy that we saw last week that was just hiding on, I believe it was St. Maricles,
Yeah.
just in a bush. I can't remember the player's name, but he was just there, and I think he got one of the top kill streaks as well because he was just laying there. If you guys remember his name, do rise and shine him once again. But next
Rise
one
and shame.
was second, goes to SDDB with 20 kill streak, and it is Lupet. 20 kill streak for SDB Lupet. Great work over there.
Nice.
Lestat. Oh, is that with the 116 now?
The sniper.
Oh, the sniper. Right, because I didn't get that, I might have to do a little adjustment. But what I'll do is I'll do the adjustment.
We'll just give him an honorary mention.
Yes. Yeah, but I'll screenshot this and I'll post it on a seasonal with the amended 116 sniper. So I apologise, Silas, for now, but I'll get that changed for you.
So who have we got in second? New second.
The new second is Blacklist and STDB. It was a joint one. They both
Really?
got 21 kills, but look at this. Logically got a 21 kill streak with the bombing run. And I know I said infantry only, but I think I had to throw that in there. You know,
You gotta throw that in there. That's
21
impressive.
kills for a bombing run. But don't take the shine away from Matt J with a whopping 21 kill streak. That is really, really good, especially on a competitive game and scene. Fantastic work.
Absolutely. So that's really interesting that Akaseta and Matej both got like they're both like the top killers of the game, so they both got like super high kill streaks as well. So whether they were just like hiding in bushes and shooting people from far away, you have to go and watch the stream to find out. Go check out Blue Mini's stream to find out.
Oh, do it. Absolutely do it. Now let's look at the stats combined. You know, this is just a nice one to have. So obviously I haven't got the 116, so this will obviously get adjusted, but minus the 116 against Trirex. For participants, kills, team kills, and we thought to add some team kills in there. Look at these for some
Nice.
stats. 689 players joined with just 11,333 kills.
A lot of quick games in there.
Yes, as well. Imagine if they went the whole way. Absolutely crazy. 229 team kills, and you can see them right there.
Nice. So Satchel's like classic for team killing. Artie classic for team killing. But the roadkill, like
That's
we covered this last
incredible.
time. We covered this last time. I don't know. Like I'd be interested to see like obviously I'm not sure if you can because they changed the what stats you get from the server at the same time as they changed the mechanics of the vehicle. But I wonder if like these new mechanics in the vehicle lend to more road killing, team killing, because the car like doesn't stop when you like jump out of it. But yeah, stop running each other over, guys, I guess is the message. Like
That's brilliant.
just when you get out of the vehicle, step away from it, not into it. Here's an idea.
But if you've got some clips where you've seen some roadkill, just show it. Absolutely show it. Name and shame them. You know, because it's so fun to see some stuff like this. But and not just that one, just any clip that you feel is good and you enjoy, everyone else will enjoy. So just carry on posting them.
Yeah, stick them in the highlights channel in the Discord.
I love Quick Nicks, one of the best RT guys. this RT kill to death ratio, team kill ratio is roughly about my average. That's shocking.
Hey, 10%'s not too bad. Come on.
And then we've got the last week top victims, which is I enjoy. You know, this is a real name and shame part of the stat page. And in third place, which I believe is a joint one as well, is 501 and the Bastardo boys against ESPT, OP and BHP. It was a joint game with 12 kills each.
Yeah, I agree, Quickness. It's fine.
Flaxon killed Deco 12 times, and Lost from ESPT killed Libon 12 times as well. So both games getting 12 kills is really, really good.
So frustrating getting victimed, especially when it's like above 10. You're just like, why? Leave me alone.
Exactly, and I don't think anyone is happy to be on this part of the stats page. Now, second place does go to Trigger with 13 kills, but who's it for? Viking Thief killing Griff from TL 13 times on that game. And I believe that these are not RT kills.
Just
these are actually infantry as well.
yeah. Such a grind.
I believe really I probably just said that wrong, but I'm guessing. Okay. So we've got another a joint one here. With Jack here from Trirex, got 13 kills. Bacillus as well from 116. So thank you very much for that. We will get that added.
Griff is our arty guy, said streets for me. So that's the price you pay, you know, for being an arty guy. You get shot over and over by the same dude. Hera got killed 12 times by 116 Shadow Man as well. Amazing.
Oh. If there's multiple 12s, then I will adjust that after. If it's just
I thought Jack Hera was dead anyway, to be honest.
Oh, looks like all the stats are coming from the 116 and Trirex game. But yeah, I will again adjust that accordingly now that we have the log. But in first place, it does go to EG. So it is against a WTH player. And I might just wait for WTH to sweat right now. Who is it? 14 kills. What EG player killed a WTH?
Well, Chronic says he's never going to get on the list with his role, so we'll see.
I'm hovering the mouse. Shall I let go? Shall I click it?
Yeah.
So, German killed Meat Titan 14 times. Oh, Meat Titan. He had a great game and he was one of my man of the matches for that game. But I think it's... Wow. German must have been on the defensive squad because Meat Titan was just ravishing their attack. And... but yeah. Wow. Well done, German. Well done.
Sweet. So there's your stats page. Although, as No Connection said, he will like have a bit of a scribble all over it with the other stats from the 116 Trirex game and stick it up in the Discord. But next we're gonna have a look at the games to come next weekend.
Yes, let's have a little look.
And kind of the standings as they are now in the tournament.
So WTH SDB Core Trigger 82 AD Blacklist BSP OP BHP and 116 all go into the one stage. UFR EG The Line Phoenix Finlet Loose Hell Loose CC Trirex and 501 Bastardo Boys all go nil. Who are they playing? Ooh. So WTH taking on STDB, Core taking on Trigger, 82AD taking on Blacklist, ESPT, BHP, OP taking on the Greyhounds, UFR against EG, The Line against Phoenix, Trirex against 501 Bastardo Boys, and Finn Let Loose against Hell Let Loose Poland and CC. What game do you think are what games do you think are gonna be the one to watch out for?
Definitely What the Hell STDB, but I do think What the Hell will probably win. I think that the one I want to see is Blacklist versus 82AD, because I want to see how 82AD do against another main stage team. Like without the guys from DC. But 116 ESPT is going to be a cracking game as well.
I think there's some of the games that have finished their ban phase, but we won't go through that. That's a bit much for today. Do you think we should ask the chat on who they think will win each game?
I'm seeing a few people saying that they're really looking forward to the 82 Blacklist, and Gecko says Core Trigger there as well. We've got kind of like a bit of a range here of people, what they want to see. UFR versus EG if it's West Bend on Foy.
I think we had a great round last round, and I think this is just another one as well. But it's also now the good teams. I said that wrong. The teams that won. Sorry, the teams that won.
Shots fired, guys! Oh my god.
Now they're playing against each other. Now I think it's gonna get interesting, especially on the main stage. Good teams. RIP. Oops.
So What the Hell SCDB? Gecko says an Olu fan, but I don't think this will be interesting. Well, I mean, they did play each other in a friendly not too long ago, and it was
on Hogan Forest.
It was on Hogan Forest. It wasn't plain sailing for What the Hell by any means. They did win in the end, but SDDB played well, so they would have learned from that one. And I think 4 people they cancelled their subscription. Are there 4 people subscribing? I told you guys to sub when he went to the toilet, and I didn't see shit. No, so let's come on.
But on that game, the last time that WTH took on STDB was on Hogan Forest, and if I remember, it might have been Frutan, or was it Jimbo, that got the RT transport truck? Was it you, Jimbo? It was. I think someone clipped it as no connection, just his pants. It was that. It was that sort of clip.
I seem to remember that one.
Jimbo, yeah. It was a great RT hit, but yeah, some really good lineups on this weekend.
So should we have a quick prediction for each one? We'll go through just real quick and say who we think is going to win. So we'll start with What the Hell STDB. What do you think? Well, whilst we're discussing it, you say in chat who you reckon is going to win, and we'll have a little look. So what do you reckon, Connection? What the Hell or STDB?
WTH.
You're biased.
Yeah. I will always say WTH because that's my community. But genuinely, I do think WTH will win that one.
Yep. There, I agree. But STDB, like I say, they're growing all the time in experience and getting better and better. So it's not going to be a walkover probably. What do you reckon for Core versus Trigger?
Core again. But I've just noticed Troch is going to be on the bench because he's just said STDB will win against WTH. So he's on the bench. But yeah, I think Core will win. It's like the top 3 teams in season 1. I think WTH and Core are the ones that will go 2-0 in.
Yeah, it's going to be on Purple Heart Lane, so again, it's a bit of an outsider map. I don't know. Core won the coin flip, and they let Trigger ban first, so maybe this is kind of Trigger's idea, perhaps, to play on Purple Heart Lane. I
Yeah.
haven't really seen the ban phase. I haven't had time of trying to watch all the games and stuff, but it could be an interesting one.
I hope it's that middle point though that we all want. That middle on Purple Heart Lane. If that is, it's going to be
just in the middle of the road. I forget
ruthless.
what it's called now.
82 AD and Blacklist. What about you? What do you think?
I would say probably, well, I would say 82 AD in the last seasonal, but when they had the DC, but I'm not sure now. I feel like Blacklist have probably got stronger, and 82 AD might have got less strong since the last seasonal. But I think it's going to be a close one. But I'd still say 82 AD would put a win.
Yeah, I think 82 AD as well.
I don't think they're going to make the mistake of filling it.
Yeah, go on.
There's a mix, isn't there, in the chat? But I don't think 82 AD won't make the same mistake that the Finns did, and allow Blacklist to just kind of camp up at their third or fourth point and do a bit of a steamroll. They're not going to forget to defend, so I don't think it's going to be nearly as easy for Blacklist, whatever happens.
ESPT, BHP, OP against Greyhounds.
Well, as Trosha said in the chat, that's a great story because ESPT got 116. They kicked them out of the tournament last time, so there's a bit of kind of revenge maybe at play here. Not that we're so far into the tournament at the moment in the main stage. There's still a lot of chance for teams to sort of come and go, win some, lose some, come back and play each other. I know Heidi's rooting for a what the hell EG final, but for me, having seen the teams play just recently, I feel like maybe 116 for the win.
Yeah, I think I agree. It's definitely going to be a tight one, and I think maybe it will result into the last 15 minutes. But Gecko, he might have been joking, but it's that sort of game. It's going to be that sort of game where both teams is going to be back and forth, fighting for that first original grey point for 90 minutes. It's definitely going to be a tough one. What about UFR against EG?
I would probably say, based on UFR's performance, if they don't improve their deployment stage, then EG is going to smash them.
Yeah.
Basically, looking at the map, it is on Foy, so I think everybody who knows Foy knows that a lot of the time it comes down to the points that you get. But it's either going to be a great match or it's going to be a quick one, basically, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're seeing EG, no
seeing
UFR
a few EGs in the chat.
TL versus Phoenix.
This one I think will be a really good game, probably. Soul Raver is going to be our guest, revealed on the show next week, so I'm going to say Phoenix. Hopefully he's in a good mood.
Yeah, I think Phoenix might come out on top on that one. No time prediction, no score. I just think Phoenix might come out on top on this one.
It definitely could be an hour and a half though. Again, we might be starting to see some more hour and a half games again in this round for sure. So
yeah, hopefully. Trirex against 501 Bastardo boys.
Trirex.
Oh, straight answer.
Straight with Trirex, but it depends. So this is their first, they got defeated, didn't they? And this is their first taste of defeat. So are they going to bounce back from it, or are they going to, suffer a little bit from the yips or whatever? 501st, they're a bit of a sweaty team. They've come and gone. They've kind of, been through the grind already. So they're not going to probably be struggling from the same mental stuff. Both of them obviously are combinations of Clan with 501st and the Bastardos playing together, and then Trirex clearly being a trio of teams. But so communication important, but 501st have the advantage there because they've played kind of more games together, I think. But Trirex shown good skills at playing together, and it'll be a good one, I think. But I reckon Trirex will win.
And we haven't got the only ones that haven't done the ban phase yet. They've only just banned one thing at the moment, so they're very delayed on that one. So not sure about what map, but that will come out in time.
Yep.
Finn at Loose against Hell at Loose Poland, CC.
On Purple Heart Lane as well. So another one on Purple Heart Lane.
Everyone wants a bit of action now.
Yeah, my prediction is Finn at Loose. I think this will be, as I said earlier, not an easy win for them, but I think they have the potential to have a bit of a morale building experience here against Poland. Yeah, I think they're going to clinch it, but who knows?
See, Jimbo says depending on their alcohol consumption for Finn at Loose, but I know the Polish, and the Polish are just as good at drinking. So
it's who's better at hangovers, I think,
yes.
is the point. So
I mean, Polish, they lack the vodka, so I think they got it. But they're, I'd love to get a live band face touch, but it was going to be quite difficult to get that. Maybe towards the end.
It takes like days sometimes. So
yeah, but if we can get the community, whoever does it, to do it while we're doing a live show, maybe we could do that. But maybe when there's like less games, maybe on the last week.
Maybe we can do it on the last week or something. But yeah, with this many teams in it, like there's just no way.
Right, well there's the games. So, like I said earlier, go follow the streamers. Keep an eye on Hell Let Loose seasonal Discord. Where
Josh says BST just banned him up. He just wants us to do this one ban phase. Well, you guys need to go over to the Discord and watch the ban phase yourselves at the moment, I'm afraid.
Do it. Clips. Shall we go?
Oh yes, clips. I love this bit.
Clips. Now, if you've got a clip that's not already on there, I know that we've been going for an hour and a half, and we are desperately actually trying to reduce this to around an hour, but there's just so much to get through. And
it'll be easier when there's fewer teams.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. But Garthnix and I, we really appreciate you guys just hanging in there, and to give you a little bit of fun. We've got some good clips. Now, let's get on to it. The first video of the evening is
enemies dropping or his buddy. Nice and rocket coming in on the backside of that attack. Oh my god, are we gonna go for a knife?
Oh, the knife! Is he gonna satchel after? Is he gonna satchel? Knife and satchel? He gets it?
He get it? Okay, hold on. I only got a 30-second buffer, so let's get to the first replay for that knife. I think we were a little slow. Watch there as he goes in. Oh god, he's got to run out of there. That satchel might get him.
No, okay. this tiger is going to back up into this spawn. Coltrane, Daniel, so lucky, all running up to the sweet embrace of explosions.
Oh, Daniel, you don't know how bad it is right now. Okay, Daniel's okay. Oh my god.
Knife, satchel, tiger down.
Yeah, that is...
No Cano Bob. He's a legend.
Yep.
Nice.
Someone's going to have to clip that one.
What a play there.
See, here's the problem about being on the 15-minute delay. Is I can't see...
That was brilliant. To run up, stab him from behind, and then take out a tiger. Very nice. And it was really reacted on Seasonal Discord. It's a great one, Cannon Bob. Next video is...
Spawn! Stomping up against the reinforcement. There's a one. Is that clear? Holy shit! What a puck moment here by Thorpe. That was like 7 or 8 kills on the
That's such a great
clear
of the garrison. So with the pog in chat, yeah.
I think Thorpe, I know he was earlier in the chat, so I'm hoping he's still here. But if you are, enjoy that, because that was a great kill. Or kills, should I say. I don't know how many he got at the end. Let me just double check.
Look at that mess of just corpses in the alleyway at the end there. Oh my god.
I want to count that quickly.
That was like 5 or 6. Wasn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 kills. Very nice.
And they know he's here. They're like ducking and weaving. Yeah, he got the kill as well.
What I don't understand is he left the Gary alone for a bit.
Oh, he was getting shot by somebody down the alley, I think.
Like 7 or 8
oh yeah,
kills
there he is.
on the garrison.
Streamer is MC Pim, I believe. No?
Yeah,
no,
Pimmel, yeah. I recognise the music. 100%.
Yeah, I love his music.
And the like excited tones of McPimmel there.
And there he is, the man of the hour, Thorpe, in the chat as well. Congratulations, Thorpe, on that tremendous clip. And obviously MC Pimmel for catching it. Next one goes to...
And Crusader also in the north already. Holzbier coming in Tuna, they're both coming in hard. Crusader. What a madman. Sabo can't do shit about it. Jesus Christ also can't do anything about it. Crusader just drives into the hard cap. What? And he's at the garrison. What a madman. Garrison down for Crusader. He just took the garrison. What? How? What's happening?
I
I'm so
literally
confused.
love that clip. They just don't know what's happening. He's just like, hey, do you know what? I don't like your garrison
Yeah.
where it is right now. I'm just going to go and sort that out.
He has literally just Assassin Creed that style. It's
He
just
is a
gone
fucking
in and
crusader.
gone out. Next one goes to...
Stoi.
This is brilliant. It's obviously on the YouTube video. So the audio is a bit clipped, but watch this.
O, bite.
Popraw ciutkę. Jest rykofet.
Niżej może.
Ustawę frontem działo. Weszło.
Weszło.
Said it.
Tylko jest nawet nie wie co się dzieje.
Wyjebano. Ładnie, kurwa, panowie. Pięknie.
Holy crap.
How? That
Max.
is sight. Now, if you're against these tankers, to these three here, wow. I mean, how did you even spot that? You know, they must have got the markers from the infantry around them, but
That's insane.
to shoot it from that distance as well, that is incredible. But the fact that he's actually hit it and jumped over and got that loop.
Mental.
Tanks need to go training now that you got that one. Now let's have a look at the fifth clip.
Now rotating back to the top down view of the map, we've got a even wider flank coming in from the SDDB towards the west,
Oh, yeah, who
kind of
was
screwing with the HQ area. Whoa, look, what? What a phenomenal shot that was. I don't think that killed anyone, but someone has just lobbed an AT round all the way into the... There's another one.
What a shot.
Who is in charge of this?
If there was someone
Who is
there.
doing that? That is absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic.
who needs a
Apologies
tank
for the
to, like,
camera going
loop a
bit
shot
wild
over
there,
when
but I
you've
wanted to
got,
follow that in.
80
I mean,
players like that.
unfortunately
Oh
for
my God.
whoever logged
And
that
a
in
guy
hasn't
just
actually
died,
killed anyone,
literally,
but
where
it
he
would have
was,
done had
where
someone
that
actually been on that
AT was
artillery
about
gun,
to
which
land.
completely blows my
But
mind.
I think
Anyway, going back to
there
the
was
barn,
another
we do
one
have
just
this,
like that. I
quite
think it was in the
strong
last
southern
season
line from
where it
SDDB.
was.
Yeah, it was. It was Anthrox from Core. Did it to What the Hell.
Yeah,
And the final.
Captain Ducky, I believe. Sorry, Ducky, throwing it out there. But yeah, what a long shot that was. And I think it was in an AT cannon this time though. But that was an AT rocket.
Mental.
Fantastic. So those are the clips. You know, we've gone. That's it. The famous Captain Ducky from Lapino. So those are the clips. If you have something quickly that you want to show, do send it quickly on the chat. But other than that, we are probably going to do a little shoot.
There you go. Yeah, Core says Anthrox did it first. I did say that.
I want to try and see if I can get one for my one. It is quite a funny one, in fact. Let me just try and get it up quickly.
But yeah, make sure, guys, whenever you go and like watch the other, you know, casters, whatever, on their games, make sure you do the clips. A lot of those clips today were me clipping them, watching the games. So I'm sure I would have like missed some stuff. I can't see like all the games all the way through every single minute. So I probably will miss some stuff. So like if you either do something yourself that's really cool from your own POV, clip that, you know, and put it in the replay. The highlights channel of the seasonal Discord, or if you see it on like another caster, make sure you put that in the highlights, and we might feature it next time.
100%. So yeah, there was one quick one that I want to show you. Let me just quickly open this up.
116 did this long before the call was even started, apparently.
So this is Wazoo against Valde on WTH versus EG, crawling through Purple Heart Lane.
What? How could he not hear him? Sure, it's like splashing.
I'm not going to say nothing. I'll let you guys roast them both. I think that was brilliant. How he managed to sit there and but the fact is they both stopped in the same spot. It would be weird if they like went over past each other and then stopped. But incredible, absolutely incredible. I know that there was someone else posted something quickly.
Officer chat too loud as usual. Yeah,
it was Jimbo. Yeah, no, I've just shown it. I believe that was a touching bumps. But yeah, wow. Both squad chats. He's right next to you. Garbage. But that's it. You know, that is the recapping.
The recapping for another week.
Yeah, main stage done. And yes, it was an hour and 45 minutes. They're gonna get shorter and shorter as you know the teams get knocked out and whatnot. But huge thank you for you guys staying in, tuning in, watching, contributing. Thank you very much to the streamers, communities, and just also the players as well. You know, getting and training for these epic games that we're watching. You guys got it hard. We just sit and watch. We have a little bit of background stuff to do, but it's you guys that are giving us these great clips and
are in there, getting permanent hearing damage from all that artillery. So, and all the loud commander chat and everything. So we appreciate all that. By the way, anyone asking for the things in the clips in the chat, like they're all on the Discord. So jump on over to the highlights section of the Discord, and you'll be able to find them there.
Yeah. And that, I believe, Style, that was for you, Cal Style. Videos on the seasonal highlights and all that, replays and blah blah. But yeah, I see Quicknick's just throwing in a YouTube video there quickly. Let's have a little look.
Is that the tank one again?
It's a bloopers.
Funny moments.
Yeah, funny moments, but I don't know if I'll be able to play it with the sound on, just in case I might get
copyright strike. Come on, trying to do your boy like that.
Yeah, I know. Trying to mute me for 5 minutes. Quick,
oh
Nix,
my
what
God.
Are you doing?
What a troll.
I want to block him. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you ever so much. Thank you very much for Garthnix for joining us.
You're welcome, as always.
Thank you very much for everyone, basically. Can't thank everyone enough. But then
come join us next week as well.
100%.
Same thing. We'll be on my stream next time, but same thing. We'll just go through everything. We've got Soul Raver coming on the show, which is awesome. Very much looking forward to that. So make sure you take those clips. That's the big thing. It saves us loads of time if we don't have to do all the clipping as well as watching all the games and stuff. So
Yep. Even if you're own playing it yourself, clip it, share it, love it, so we can watch it. Follow the Hell Let Loose seasonal Discord, so you can see the games that are being played this week and who's streaming what. Obviously, again, follow the streamer so you can watch the game if you're on the bench for this week. But yeah, from us two, thank you very much, and hope you had a lovely evening.
yeah, thanks for joining us. Take care.
See you later.
Oh, who are we gonna raid? Wait. Who are we gonna raid?
I was
Guys, in the
about
chat,
to.
who are we gonna raid? We almost
Yes.
cancelled it then.
And not Will.
So
Everyone
who have we
said
had?
Will.
We've had Will. We've had Captain Soundboard. We've had. Who else do we have? Forgotten now.
We did a random one to a guy I can't quite remember. I think Torfisk asked it. Unix Dev? Lapino?
Got to be Lapino, isn't it?
Shall we go Lapino? What's he doing? Is he doing a game? Oh, I think he's doing a game, but I wasn't too sure if he was re-streaming his game yesterday, the UFR against STDB.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Okay, guys. So two players, two players. Unidev and Mono is Special. Pull it on. Who are we going for, guys? We'll pick out those two. Unidev and Mono is Special.
Seeing a few for Mono.
Yeah, Mono. All right, that's it. Sorted, done. Let's go over to Mono.
Now more coming in for Unix. Just in time. Unix is smaller, he needs support, people are saying.
I'm very close to clicking it. Are we going?
Go Unix. He is smaller.
Unix.
Sorry, Mono.
Director, carry on putting. Keep putting Mono.
YouTube is way too powerful.
We'll go Mono this one.
Yeah?
And then yeah.
All right. Well, if Unix watches it, I was on your side, bro. Sorry.
But yeah, raid starting.
But if you want to go check out Unix, don't be afraid to go and check his stream out. Drop him a follow, give him support as well. So
100%. Thank you very much, guys, and good night. Jump on that raid and let's go. Thank you very much and enjoy your evening.